I sabotaged my coworker's wedding because I wanted her fiancé. Now I'm engaged to him, and I think he's going back to her. I know how this makes me sound. Manipulative, desperate, selfish. And you're not wrong. I'm not here to ask for forgiveness. I just need to get this off my chest before it crushes me. This is how I stole someone's life, and how I'm losing the one I built on the ruins. She was the golden girl at our job. Smart, magnetic, kind without being fake. Everyone liked her. Even the people who usually hated everyone liked Erin. I wanted to be her. I wanted to have what she had. She was engaged to Mark. They'd been together since college, almost 7 years. She used to call him her quiet rock. You could tell she loved him. Not in a loud, obnoxious way, just in how steady she was when she talked about him. I met him at a team dinner. He came with her. I remember exactly what he said when I introduced myself. "You're the one who made that pitch deck last month, right?" That was seriously impressive. That was all it took. A single, sincere compliment from someone who made eye contact and actually listened. I was hooked. Right then I wanted him. Not just physically. I wanted his attention. The warmth I saw in his eyes when he looked at her. I wanted it turned on me. I started small. No sabotage. Not yet. Just nudging. Erin would vent about wedding planning stress. It's normal. Everyone does it. But I'd add little barbs. "Wow, he forgot to show up to the tasting? That's rough. You're doing all the work." Doesn't sound very 50-50 to me. If you're not feeling excited, maybe your gut is trying to tell you something. She'd always brush it off. Laugh. It's just stress. He's bad at logistics, not love. But she started getting quieter about the wedding. Less excited. Less spark in her eyes. And that's when I crossed the line. One night I texted Mark, late. We'd already been casually messaging, mostly about work. Harmless. But this one wasn't harmless. You're not like other guys. You really see people. It's rare. I feel lucky just knowing you. He didn't respond. Not right away. The next day at work, Erin looked like a ghost. She didn't say anything, but her eyes looked swollen, like she'd been crying. That night, I got a one-word text from Mark. Why? I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I had already thrown the match. The next day, Erin didn't come to work. Then the next. Then the next. A week later, she emailed HR. Said she was resigning. 2 coworkers told me what happened. She found the message. Confronted Mark. Accused him of cheating, which he denied. They fought. He told her she didn't trust him. She told him he emotionally cheated. She canceled the wedding. Just like that. I cried, alone in my apartment. Not out of guilt, but out of relief. Because now he was free. He texted me about a month later. I can't stop thinking about everything. Can we talk? We met for coffee. I wore a soft blue sweater I knew made my eyes stand out. We talked. About Erin. About the wedding. About regret. Then silence. Then, "I think I just need to be around someone who understands me," he said. "I'm here." I told him. I always have been. He reached out. Held my hand across the table. A year after the wedding that never was, Mark got down on one knee in our apartment. He said, "I've never felt this certain about anything. With you I feel seen." My heart should have soared, but it didn't. It clenched, because in that moment, I heard my own text echoing back at me. The one I'd sent him to destroy his last relationship. "You really see people." That line was a lie. A weapon. And now I was wearing the ring it bought me. Last week he came home late. Quiet. We were watching Netflix when he suddenly muted the TV. "Can I ask you something?" he said. "And I want the truth. Please." I nodded, pretending to be calm. "Did you have anything to do with me and Erin breaking up?" My mouth went dry. I tried to laugh it off. "What do you mean?" He didn't smile. "I mean, did you send that message so she'd find it? Did you want that to happen?" I stared at him. "You waited." I said. "No, I would never do that." "Lie." He nodded. "Just once." "Okay." That was it. No fight. No yelling. Just silence. He went to work the next morning. I stayed home sick with anxiety. I knew I shouldn't, but I did. I checked his texts. She was in his messages. Aaron, I don't hate you anymore. You didn't deserve what happened. I hope you're happy now. And from him, you were right. About everything. I've been thinking about who I was. About who I might have been if we hadn't broken. Part of me never stopped wondering. My hands shook. I dropped the phone. He still loves her. He's mourning what they lost, and maybe trying to get it back. I'm here, sitting in the home I decorated, wearing a ring that feels like lead. I don't know if he's going to leave. I don't know if he's already gone in his heart. But I know this. I built this life on someone else's ashes. And now I'm choking on the smoke. But I still want him to stay. Even now. Even after everything. I want him to look at me and say, I choose you. I don't care about the past. But I know better. Because I am the past. I'm the mistake that happened when someone else wasn't looking. And when you take something that isn't yours eventually, it tries to go back home. TLDR. I sabotaged my coworker's wedding because I wanted her fiancé. We started dating. He proposed. Now he knows what I did, and I think he wants her back. I don't expect advice or sympathy. I just needed to say it out loud, finally, because sometimes saying the awful thing is the only way to feel human again. Update: he knows everything now. He left. So, this is the post I was scared I'd have to write. The one I tried to lie my way out of. The one I earned. Mark knows the truth. All of it. And now he's gone. After that night, the night he asked me point blank if I had sabotaged his relationship with Aaron, things changed. He was quiet. Not cold, not angry. Just empty. He stopped calling me babe. Stopped holding my hand. We still shared a bed, but it felt like a continent stretched between us. He'd roll over to the other side and fall asleep before I even turned out the light. I kept waiting for a blow-up. A fight. Something to let me fight back. But he gave me nothing. Just silence. Until yesterday. I came home from running errands and found him sitting at the kitchen table with his laptop open. He didn't look up when I walked in. Hey, I said, pretending everything was fine. Want Thai for dinner? Sit down, he said. My stomach dropped. I sat across from him. He turned the laptop toward me. It was my Reddit post. The one I thought was anonymous. He had it pulled up, highlighted, scrolled halfway down. My words staring back at me. You sabotaged us, he said quietly. This is you, isn't it? I froze. My mouth opened, but no sound came out. He kept going. The text. The comments to Aaron. The way you played both sides. You sent that message on purpose. You wanted her to find it. You broke us. I tried to defend myself. Mark, I was in love with you. I didn't know what I was doing. Yes, you did. His voice was calm, steady, more terrifying than if he'd screamed. You knew exactly what you were doing. You watched us fall apart and stepped into the wreckage like it was your prize. I didn't plan to. You didn't have to plan it. You knew what would happen. And then you stood by while I lost the best thing I ever had. I started crying. I love you, Mark. Please. We have a life now. We've built something real. You built it, he said. I just moved into the lie. He stood up, walked to the bedroom. I followed him, frantic, shaking. Don't do this, I begged. She's gone. We're engaged. We can move past this. He turned to face me, and for the first time, I saw the pain in his eyes, the full weight of betrayal. You know what hurts the most, he said. I did fall in love with you. Slowly. I let myself believe I could be happy again. That Aaron was just a chapter. But now, I look back at everything and wonder if any of it was real. It was, I said through tears. It is, I swear. Then why do I feel like I've been living in someone else's script? He packed 2 bags, 1 suitcase, 1 duffel, took the dog, left the keys on the counter. As he walked to the door, I tried one last time. Mark, please don't go back to her. Please. He paused. This isn't about going back. This is about getting out. And then he left. He hasn't called. I haven't heard from him. Mutual friends are going silent. I think he told people. I deleted the post or tried to, but it's out there. Screenshotted. Archived. The truth always finds a way to survive. And now I sit in the apartment we shared, with his coffee mug still in the sink, his empty closet, and a ring in a box I haven't touched since the night he proposed. I wanted something beautiful, so I took a shortcut. I wanted a love story, so I stole the middle of someone else's. And now I've been written out of both. He's gone. I'm alone. And this time, it's not temporary. This time, I can't twist the truth into comfort. This time, I just have to sit with what I did, and somehow try to live with it. It's been months since he left. I still think about him every day. I still don't know who I am without the lie. It's been a little over 6 months since my fiancé Mark left me. If you read my original post, you already know what I did. If you didn't, the short version is, I sabotaged my coworker Erin's relationship with her fiancé because I wanted him. I sent a text I knew she'd find. She left him. I comforted him. We got together. Eventually, he proposed. Then he found my post online, the one where I admitted everything. He left. And now here I am, alone. Months later. No ring. No closure. Just me and the fallout. He took almost nothing when he left. Just clothes, a few things from the bathroom, the dog. I still find his receipts in the junk drawer. His handwriting on an old grocery list stuck to the fridge. Eggs. Pasta. Red wine. Her favorite. I still sleep on my side of the bed. I still check his Spotify to see what he's listening to. It's sad acoustic stuff. And a lot of old playlists from before we met. I told myself time would dull it. That eventually the guilt would fade. And I'd feel like a person again. But it hasn't. I feel like a burned-out shell of the girl who schemed her way into a future she never earned. 3 months ago, I got an email from Erin. Just one line. I don't hate you anymore. But I'll never understand how you lived with it. I never replied. What was I supposed to say? Thanks for your grace while I dismantled your life? She's doing well, by the way. I stalk her socials from time to time. She moved to a new city. New job. She looks freer. Lighter. And I'm still here, haunted by the story I forced myself into. I've tried. I've gone on dates. I made a profile. I even kissed someone once. But the second it felt real, I panicked. Because I still don't know how to be loved without tricking someone into it. That's the rot under all this. Not just what I did to them, but what I proved to myself. That I didn't believe I could be chosen without cheating fate. And now, even if someone wanted me, I'd never trust that love, because I've seen how fragile it is. Because I know what it's like to be the liar in the story. Real therapy. Not the half-hearted stuff I did during the relationship just to say I was working on myself. My new therapist is blunt. She asked me once flat out, "What are you without manipulation? Who are you when you're not adjusting yourself to be wanted?" I didn't know. Still don't. But I'm trying to find out. Slowly. Painfully. Without shortcuts this time. I haven't heard from him. Not once. But last week I saw his name in my inbox. My heart stopped. It wasn't him. Just someone with the same first name, emailing about a work referral. But for 0.5 seconds, I forgot how to breathe. I wonder if I'll ever stop flinching when I hear it. I still have the ring. I keep it in the back of my closet. Not because I think he'll come back, but because I want to remember what I cost myself. Because I think part of growing up is learning how to live without the things you stole. And trying, somehow, to become someone who wouldn't do it again. TLDR. 6 months ago, I got caught destroying someone's relationship to steal their partner. We got engaged. He found out. He left. Now I'm alone in therapy and trying to become someone better. Not to win him back, but because I can't live with who I was anymore. Time didn't fix it. But maybe honesty will. Eventually. Final update, years later, I don't hate myself anymore. I just understand who I was, and who I never want to be again. It's been over 3 years since I ruined a woman's engagement, stole her fiancé, got engaged myself, and then watched it all fall apart when he found out what I did. You can read the older posts if you want the messy details. The short version is this. I sabotaged my coworker's wedding because I wanted her fiancé, Mark. I got him. Then I lost him. Because you can't lie your way into love and expect it to last. I'm not here to ask for forgiveness. That ship sank a long time ago. This is just a final update for anyone who ever wondered what happens after the worst thing you've done doesn't kill you. I lost everything that felt real. Mark left. People at work found out. I was the girl who broke up a wedding. I didn't get fired, but I was frozen out. Nobody said anything cruel to my face, but they didn't have to. The silence was louder. I moved out of the apartment we shared. Got a roommate. Started therapy seriously. Switched departments. I was a ghost of myself for months. And not because I missed him so much, though I did, but because I missed the version of myself I pretended to be. The one who was lovable. Chosen. Safe. I was in a coffee shop, reading during a break between therapy sessions. I saw a woman crying at the table next to mine, quietly but openly. Her partner sat across from her, uncomfortable, not touching her hand. And for a moment, I felt everything. I felt like Aaron. I felt like Mark. I felt like me, all of us, fumbling through heartbreak and silence and shame. And I realized, none of us were villains. But I had been cruel. I left a note on her table before I walked out. It said, "You are allowed to ask for more. I hope you do." It wasn't much, but it was something I wish someone had said to me before I made all the wrong choices. This happened about 8 months ago. I was at a local bookstore of all places. He was there with a woman, not Aaron, someone new. They looked happy easy. He was holding a baby. I froze when I saw him, but he smiled genuinely. Not cold. Not mocking, just kind. He walked over to me while she browsed. "Hey," he said. "You look well." I stammered something like, "You too." I didn't expect. "I know," he said. "Neither did I." Then he looked at me, really looked, and said, "I don't hate you. I think for a long time I did. But I don't anymore." I could have cried, but I didn't. I just said, "You deserved better. I'm sorry it took me so long to mean that." He nodded, and then he said the line I didn't know I needed. "So did you." He left after that, rejoined his family, and I just stood there, holding a paperback I didn't end up buying, trying to remember how to breathe. I live in a different city. Smaller. Quieter. I work in project management at a nonprofit now. Less money, but more peace. I have friends who don't know that version of me. And I have a partner who does, and stayed anyway, because this time I told the truth from day one. He knows everything. He even read the posts. His only question was, "And who are you now?" I said, "Someone who's still becoming." And he said, "That's enough. And you've done something awful, something that cost you people peace, self-respect. Know this. You can't undo what you did. You can't force anyone to forgive you. You may lose things you never get back. But if you face it, if you stop lying, if you learn from it, you might still get to become someone good. Not perfect. Not pure. Just real. That's what I've become. And it's enough."